A beautiful day with the Ultimate Intimacy Podcast with Amy and Nick. And we're going to dive into the things that wives wish their husbands knew today. We as husbands often don't know a lot of things. And we need our wives to tell us what.
I tried to do 10 things wives and husbands wish their spouse knew. These are just basic things. These are not, is my, there we go, fixed. Can you hear me? Um, but Nick's like, no, there's too much to talk about, so we got to separate these.
So
So,
next time we'll do the
husbands,
opposite. So
it's all about you
hate
next time,
mail,
husbands.
no hate mail, relax, take a deep breath. It's going to be on in a week from now.
Yeah, so just remember we talk both sides. So today is just all about the women. Women are first, right?
Women come
Women
first. That's
come
right.
first.
That's
That
right.
doesn't sound good, but like chivalry, women come first. Okay. 10 things wives wish often. I can't talk. Maybe you should read the title. 10
It's
things
okay. You
wives
got this.
often wish their husbands knew. These are not sexual. These are just everyday things. Like we already have a podcast about other stuff. Like from our book, it was the top 20
Oh yeah.
things that husbands and you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
emotionally and
Sexually.
sexually.
Yeah.
But these are just like common sense, like everyday, have good like conversations
Well,
about
they
these
should
things.
be common sense.
Well, they should be.
But
But if they're
we
not,
as men, including myself, I'm including myself in this for sure. We as men often drop the ball.
and so do women. And so do women. Okay, number one, we're going to just jump right in. Mental load is work. We get a lot of survey answers, comments, complaints, whatever, about, well, I have mental load too. They're just different. And we're not going to talk about the guy's side today. We're just talking about the women's side today.
Ooh,
But
that's good because I was just gonna make a comment and then I'm like, wait, we're talking about the women. Don't get carried away, Nick. Just relax. Next week you can jump in. Yeah.
relax. We know that men have a mental load too. It just looks different. So why don't I'm gonna put Nick
Yeah.
on the spot. This is gonna be funny. I'm gonna put Nick on the spot and ask him, what does mental load to a woman look like? I just want to see if he knows. I know he's not a woman.
What does mental load to a woman look like
Why
for?
is it exhausting?
Well,
Why
hold
why
on.
does it saying mental load is so much work? Like why is it
Are
exhausting?
you asking me what a mental load looks like to a woman from a woman's perspective or from a men's perspective?
From a man's perspective, what do you think we mean by it's so heavy and it's so exhausting?
Oh, I think if you were to have a computer open, you would have 10 million tabs and you're
Okay, but what are those tabs? What is it like what does the physical mental load look like for a wife?
the physical mental load. Oh, it
Like
could
what are the
be,
things?
oh,
List the things.
you're thinking about shopping.
No.
You're thinking about what to do with the kids. You're thinking about dinner. You're thinking about work. You're thinking about is the house 2 degrees too hot? You're thinking about
We're not the
every conceivable thing imaginable.
but the house being hot isn't mental load. We're talking like
It can
stressful
be.
mental load.
It can
No, you
be.
just turn that down. We're not talking about like these are things that I need to go do in general. We're talking about like what is weighing us down mental load wise.
Everything. Everything. That's just the simplest answer.
Okay, I think I want to do a podcast. I was thinking about this over the weekend when Nick was out of town. Because I was like, what duties do I need to take on that are Nick's? Because he's not here, right? And I was thinking a lot about that. And I'm like, I wonder how many things in our marriage Nick has never done before. And I was like, that might be a really good podcast episode.
Uh-oh.
Because
There's
if
just
if I was going to be like, hey, have you ever mopped the kitchen floor? He'd be like, no. Have you ever mopped the bathroom floor? No. Like those kind of things.
yeah.
But then I was like, it goes both ways because there's things that I have not done either. So when we start to like scorekeep or think like, oh, my load is bigger, it's important to have this conversation. Like, what does yours look like? What does mine look like? And I don't want to get into this because we've had episodes focused on mental load. But I think what women want husbands to understand is that there's so much more than you see. And sometimes in marriage, it's good to sit down as a couple and list those out and say, this is why I'm physically and it's not just like, oh, I know like some of us don't work hard labor jobs all day as wives. Some do, but it is emotionally exhausting to dealing with like lots of school teachers, restocking the fridge. I woke up yesterday morning and had to put all the groceries in, and there were Tupperwares, and our fridge was full. And I'm like, now I have to not only like figure out meal planning and put all the groceries away, I gotta hurry and clean out the entire fridge, wipe down the shelves, wipe out all the Tupperware, see what's spoiled in the fridge. Like that's like those kind of things. Like a husband probably is just like, oh, just slam it in the
Yeah.
fridge. Like we're just different like that.
I
So
think a lot of times though, and I think we need to be realistic and talk about this. I think a lot of times women bring on too much of the mental load. Like I
I
really do because
like, name something that you feel like would be too much that we would bring on ourselves.
well, a great example is just like cleaning out the fridge, right?
So you wouldn't clean out the
No,
fridge.
I'm not saying I wouldn't clean out the fridge, but there's sometimes things that can wait, or sometimes things that like
Nick, how many times in our marriage of 24 years have you cleaned out the fridge?
maybe once.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the fridge still functions. Everything's great. The
Okay, I'm
kids
gonna
are.
stop cleaning out the fridge and Nick's gonna see what happens in a
No,
few
I'm
weeks.
I'm I'm not. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not saying
You get destroyed by email. You
yes.
better fix what you're saying
Yeah,
right
no, I'm trying to fix it. I'm just saying, okay. I think some we can be truthful, but it can also be funny and joking. Like I think a lot of times women absolutely have a mental load, but I think sometimes they bring upon themselves some of that mental load.
But you still haven't named one thing that they bring upon that they shouldn't, maybe.
Well, it's going to be different for everyone. We as men are very simple, and women are, like I said, have a million tabs open.
But
And
it's
so,
but it's because we're trying to carry the entire home and family,
well, I get that.
right? Like you get that, right? You
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah, I do. Of course, I'm
Because
not.
I
I'm
think I
not.
think your average man, I think you're not saying you because you're awesome at this, but like the average man's gonna be like, oh, the toilet paper's gone. He's not gonna just like go to the store and take care of it because the women take care of that stuff. Oh, the ketchup and mustard is gone. We can't have hamburgers. The wife is dealing with running out of stuff. The kids are always like coming to us, we're out of this, we're out of this, we're
I
out of
think,
this. Like those kind of things you can't push to the side.
but all I'm saying is, I think women often take on more than maybe they need to. Like it's so easy. Like and in our
And
and
they can
maybe
dish
and
it out to the husband so it's more fair. Is that what you're saying?
well, I'm saying that it's real simple sometimes to say, "Hey, sweetie, we're out of ketchup. Can you run to the store?" Yeah, absolutely. But a lot of women would take that on themselves, right, and not even ask, or different things like that. I'm just saying, like, it's sometimes I feel like women maybe take on too much, but they keep it. They don't.
So they need to delegate better.
Well, on some things they could, right? Or they could ask their husband, "Hey, can you help me with this?" Right? And again, we're going to be talking about the husbands and
Okay.
work and things like that. And mentally women just seem to um get overwhelmed a little bit more. And I'm not saying all the time, right? Because there's some men that do, right? Like
Hmm.
it varies, but women just have more tabs open all the time. We talk about this all the time. It's a biological thing.
I think our mental, like we think of things that need to be done that you guys would never think
Correct.
of, right?
Absolutely.
And
Mhm.
I see where you're going with this, and I agree with you because let me tell you an experience in our family. My daughter's getting ready to leave the country for a couple years, okay? And so there was like a lot of paperwork and like visa stuff and forms to fill out. We had to get background check for the visa. And I was already feeling like mentally overloaded. And I said, Nick, I need you to take on the background check and this paperwork, and I need you to help her with that part, and then I'll help her with this part. That is what Nick is talking about. When we feel stressed about taking on too much of something, we need to be better at delegating. So that helped me out because I was like, okay, let's talk about this. I'm feeling overloaded with this whole getting her ready and stuff. Like, can you take this part of it and I'll take this part of it? And that's where teamwork and emotional intimacy comes from in a marriage is when a husband's like, yeah, I would love to help out with that.
You're right. And so here's what typically happens is a wife takes it all on. She doesn't ask her husband for help. He doesn't even know she's dealing with all this. As she gets resentful and frustrated, she's like, I'm taking everything. I'm doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, I didn't even know. Like, so that's why you have to have that communication, just like Amy said. It's like, hey, Nick, will you handle this? I don't want to handle this. Yeah, absolutely. So I spent all the time and energy and different things and helping her prepare that. It Women just need to do a better job of, I guess, not trying to take on everything themselves and being okay that like, hey, it's okay to ask for help.
And husbands need to be better at saying, I would love to help with this. Tell me how I can help with this aspect or
It's just all
put this
better.
on me. Okay,
It's
okay.
just having better communication.
two examples for you. Okay, 4th of July is coming up. If you listen to this after the 4th of July, just think of like a major holiday, okay? Usually it's family stuff. It might be a vacation. It might just be entertaining the kids all day. Like, what does that look like? So I can say that for a woman, it's like the 4th of July is a really big deal. My kids are going to want a big barbecue. I'm going to need to do some fruit. I'm like, women put up pressure on themselves. I get that. But like, how do I make it like patriotic? Like, what are the plans for the parade? What time do we need to leave? What are we doing during the day? Hey, we were invited to a barbecue this night. I need to take this, this, and this. This is a situation where a husband's like, sweet, 4th of July, what should we go to do today? Right? Where a woman the entire week before is like, we got this scheduled, we got invited to this, I need to take this, I need to take this, we got to leave at this time. That's our mind, and you're just like, sweet, it's a holiday, I don't have to work. Like, that's the difference with us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so mental load. I understand that I am the one with the tabs and I'm thinking ahead because that's what we do, and it's feeling like, okay, I got all this stuff, I gotta plan this day out like a week in advance, and I'm already thinking about, okay, what am I taking that night, whatever. So in this situation where we are different and a husband's like, sweet day off, you need to sit down, and this is where that Monday marriage meeting comes in, or whenever it works for you, and think, okay, this is what this day looks like, we need to plan this together, and I need you to be in charge of this, this, and this. And that is literally what helps the
Okay.
mental
Oh,
load.
yeah.
Because
Well,
I know that doesn't sound stressful. You're like, it's not that big to go to the store and buy some stuff to take to a barbecue. But like when we have like work on top of that and we have other stuff on top of that, and that's just one more thing to have to think about, like we get mentally tired.
okay, and we've talked about this before too. You need to be careful, both from a husband and wife standpoint, that where a wife will take on a big party or something, the husband doesn't even know about it, and then the wife's getting frustrated if the husband isn't helping with everything, or
That's why you need to talk about it.
yeah. So I
Yeah,
exactly,
you need to talk about it.
exactly.
Another situation that's coming up for us is schools in, 6 weeks from now. We have kids in multiple schools, okay? Multiple teachers in each school. So I'm already like figuring out when's back to school night. They need a new backpack. I got to get this calculator for this class. I got like husbands are like, "Wait, what? You got to do all that stuff." You have no idea. So wives, if you want your husband to realize the mental load, I'm starting to get like in the next few weeks, I'm going to start getting emails from all the teachers. Here's the back to school list for this teacher. 7 teachers per kid. Do the math, right? Like back to school week for a mom is insane. So husbands, you got to realize that we're carrying stuff that you have no idea about. And I know it goes both ways, but there's like so many things a day that your wife has to like mentally think about. And if you could just go up to her and be like, "Hey, I know this is coming up," or tell me something that's stressing you out in the next month or the next couple weeks. How can I take some of that off of you? That is a really sweet question to ask your wife if you want to like understand her. And I'm not just saying take some of her mental load. I don't think most women like really want you to take a bunch of that away from her. Like I think we're capable of carrying it. We want to know that you care and that you appreciate it. And that you're even paying attention.
I care about your mental load, babe.
But I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right that like women just take that on. I'm like, he doesn't freaking know how to deal with a bunch of teachers and go by the right calculators. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like put his email on half the teachers so he takes half the load? No, I'm not gonna do. Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Well, and I think naturally, like women are just more nurturing, right?
We
So
are.
they're gonna care about some of those things more than men, and men's attitudes are like they're gonna be fine, right? And most of the time they will be. So
But
I
I think that like men make a lighter deal of like that's it's fine, like it's all gonna work out.
oh, absolutely we do.
Because the women make it work out. And your kids' school schedules and the teachers and all that kind of stuff and cleaning out the fridge, like those things, there's a lot of things that women do that have to be done.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so women, like you gotta be communicate better with your husbands, and husbands, you gotta be like, okay, we gotta feel like teammates. It's gotta feel fair in our marriage. Let's talk about these things.
yeah, yeah. Agreed.
Okay?
Always, yeah. We spent way way too much time on that. No, no, it's good. It's my fault. It's my fault.
Don't hate. I promise we're gonna talk guys' side next week. I know
Oh,
that you have a mental load. Okay, number 2 is being asked isn't the same as sharing responsibility. Okay, you'll see the viral post where it's like this kind of goes with mental load, but I don't want to focus on that. We need a grocery. The kids are whining. The fridge is empty. What are we supposed to eat for lunch? Blah blah blah,
that's
right?
never happened.
That never happens, but all the time. And husband's like, "Hey, I will run to the store for you. Just make me a list." And we've all heard that, and we've already talked
Oh,
about this.
where are
And the
you
wife
going with
is
this?
like,
This is like a normal conversation between us.
do I really have to sit down and go through the entire fridge and plan out all the meals
Well,
right
your
now?
list is going to look different than my list.
I get
I'm going to
that.
come home with like a
So,
rack of ribs and brisket, and you're going to be like, hey, where's.
and we're like, we don't want to eat that much meat for every single meal of the day, babe. This is where, if you need a solution, you sit down, you meal plan together on Sunday night or Monday morning, whatever you need to do, and say, "Hey, could you help me come up with some meals? Hey, could you help make the list? Let's make the list together. Do you want to go shopping this week? Do you want me to go shopping this like
Oh, yeah.
we've gotten really good at splitting things up. I'm like, don't you dare ask me for a list. You can plan the dinner tonight, and then you can go buy the stuff for the dinner. He doesn't even ask me anymore. If we don't have any plans for dinner, and he's like, I'm gonna go to the store. Do you need me to add anything to the list? And he makes his own list, and
Yeah.
it's
Take
fantastic.
control. Take control
Take
of the
control.
situation.
Masculine.
Ask me. This is what we're doing.
Okay. Emotional connection comes before physical intimacy, feeling heard, appreciated, emotionally close. We already talked about this on every episode. I don't think we
Oh,
need to get into that, right? Okay, number four, women say, is listening can be more valuable than trying to fix it. Sometimes women just want the
yes.
goal of your understanding instead of trying to give a solution.
Oh, that's so true. Because we as men just try to fix things, right? We're like, let's fix it and move on, right?
Well,
So,
that just goes back to exactly what we were talking about, because you're like, well, just don't clean out the fridge then.
well, but I mean, even like if, and I'm trying to think of an example, but if you were to come to me and have this situation and my response would probably be, oh, here's how we fix it. Easy, right?
Yeah, why is that so hard?
And you're like, well, I don't want it fixed. I just want you to listen to me and be understanding and things like that, right? I mean, is that kind of how
I'm a fixer, so I'm like
you are?
I'm kind of different than
You
like
are.
most women, but most women just listen to them. They just want you to be there and give them a hug.
And
Quit telling them how everything could be made better, and they just want a hug and to be listened to.
so if they don't want it fixed, do we as men just say, I have no idea how to fix that. You're on your own. Good luck to you.
No, just I think if you don't know what to do in a situation, you're like, I don't know if my wife wants a solution or if she just wants me to be emotionally there for her, ask her.
Do you want it
Say,
fixed or do you want to
say, do
just
you want an
listen?
opinion or do you want me to just listen to you? Like I think if your relationship's kind of confusing, I'm like, maybe that's really bad advice. I'm not a marriage therapist. I'm not claiming to be, but like maybe ask her what she wants.
Yeah, but if we talk about it, a lot of times she doesn't know what she wants.
She might not know what she wants. You don't
Hey,
know what
babe, what
she
do you
wants.
need from me? I don't know.
Just
But
look
that's
at her
okay.
and tell her
That's
she's
okay.
pretty.
Babe, you're pretty.
You're so
You're so
pretty. I love you. I'm here for you.
pretty.
Okay. Small acts matter is number five. Saying thank you, noticing her effort, noticing her mental load, appreciating it, appreciating the little things, doing little tiny things. We don't need like these
I think this
big
is,
gestures. We
yeah,
just need simple little, like he'll go to the store and grab me a thing of raspberries, and I'm like, oh, you're so hot.
well, I've never heard that,
Yes, you
but
have.
you're so hot because you grabbed me strawberries.
It's pretty hot.
Well, okay, okay. Well, I'm going to the store today. What do you need?
Do you have to
I
ask?
really, I don't even need to ask. I already know what she needs. I have like three items. It's the strawberries, raspberries, and then the cookies,
The
the mint.
No, I gotta stop eating those.
Yeah.
Just raspberries.
Anyways, no, I think this subject really is a good one because it really is the simple things. And I think people often overlook the simple things, such as like just showing appreciation, like, man, thank you so much, babe, for what you did for me. I'm so grateful for all that you do. Like, it really is just the simple gestures, the simple thank yous, the simple things that can make a real big difference. I'm a
Absolutely.
huge firm believer in that. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
In my life, whether it's with Amy or anyone else, like I really try to express gratitude and just appreciation to people. And
No, Nick's
um,
really, he's a pro at that.
well, I
You know,
just try because I do think, regardless of whether it's in your marriage or just relationships in general, like showing people how much you appreciate the things they do or showing gratitude is so important.
so good.
Just my opinion.
Yep, good opinion. Number six is partnership means noticing needs. And I know we have said this so many times,
Are we just partners?
but
Partners?
partnership in life, teamwork,
Oh, gotcha.
unity.
Okay. Okay.
Nick hates the word partner.
I do.
It's partnership. It's a really important
Partnership.
word.
Okay.
Word. Um, Seeing what needs to be done without having to be asked is really big for the women. That should actually be number one.
Okay, well, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
We've talked about this before.
Yep.
So a woman can spot a speck of dust
No,
30
don't
feet up in
exaggerate.
the
No, you
corner,
can't.
and
Hey, give us a realistic one.
I am.
No,
That's realistic.
no, it's not. I never looked at dust in the corner of a room.
Women can just see a lot of things that men can't, and I don't know if like your vision's
You
better.
can't see if the sink is full of dishes. You're blind.
Yeah, no, I can see that,
Well,
but
Nick's really good at that. I can't
my
say him, but like the average man can't see that like the counter's full of crap or like the
okay,
carpet hasn't been vacuumed.
yeah,
Are they blind?
no, I think we get those, but like some women, I'm saying just some women, not you. Um,
You could say
like
me if it's true.
no, like my eyesight just might not be as good as yours. I'm just saying, like women in general, they can see a speck of dust across the room, behind the TV, whereas men are just like, I've never seen back there. I'm sure it's fine, right? Like,
I would love to know what this world would be like without women cleaning it.
oh, it'd be a mess. It'd be a
Because like I
mess.
feel like you would never have cleaned out the fridge in our marriage, ever mopped the floor in our marriage, or ever,
Well,
ever cleaned out a cabinet or cleaned the dust behind the TV. Like I literally don't think those things would ever get done.
well, you're probably right because the fridge would never be full of stuff. We would have just the
You would only
necessities.
have brisket in there.
And no, I'm just teasing. No, no.
Please,
We're
please
joking
don't
and
take me off this
exaggerating.
earth. God, please leave me here so my kids can
Oh,
have food.
yeah. Oh, it'd be totally fine. They eat a little bit different than we do, but
Husbands are like, I'm feeling in the mood, let's go. And the wife is like, look at this house.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we talk about that all the time. That's exactly right. The mental
We
load.
are created completely different. Yeah. So, I mean, the point here is it means a lot to a wife when a husband doesn't just leave her to clean it. So, Nick has gotten so good at this, it has taken a lot of conversations, but he will just start vacuuming. He will just start cleaning toilets. He will just take care of the laundry. If it's piling up, he just goes and he takes care of it. Like, he does not wait for me to be like, can you please go to the laundry? Can you please do the dishes? If there are dishes in the sink and I'm working on a project or something and I look busy, he's not going to be like leaving the dishes. He's going to go do the dishes. He's awesome at that. So husbands, be awesome at that. It'll mean the world to
It
her.
only
It'll
took
mean
me
the
it
world.
only took me like 22 years, but I
But you figured it out.
figured it out.
Figured out just in time. Number seven is conflict isn't necessarily rejection. Bringing up a problem is often an attempt to improve the relationship, not attack it.
Yeah, I think we've talked about before that conflict is pretty normal, right? I mean, we're all going to have it. It's just how we handle it.
Yeah, I think what it's saying is just like when a wife brings something up again.
Again, again.
I had a word
Hey,
again.
she said that,
I
not me.
did.
Yeah, that's right. Let's.
We're really good at like bringing stuff up again. I'm not gonna lie. I think if you're honest, you could probably admit that. But yeah, it's maybe it's not resolved. Maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe things haven't been fixed. Maybe the whole situation. I don't know. We're not. Women are good at that. I'm just.
No I'm just no, I'm just listening. I'm taking it all in, the wisdom.
I think what it's saying is like we're when we bring up stuff, it's not like we're trying to reject or like cause issues. It's just like we hold on to stuff and yeah, we're sorry. We do that sometimes. Some women. Okay, moving on. Words and tone have lasting effects. Respect during disagreements is often remembered long after the issue is resolved. I I think men can like move on and forget and be like, okay, let's go have sex, everything's fine. Where women, like if you've used a harsh tone of voice, you've gotten really ornery. Nick's never done this, but like um mad, mean, yelling, angry, name calling, whatever, like women, we would hold on to that.
Hmm.
Women hold on to emotions, and that's gonna affect our drive completely. So I
Well,
don't think men understand that because they're like, oh, we can yell and have this screaming fight or whatever, and then we'll go make out. And a wife, it doesn't work like that for us.
yeah, no, we've never had makeup sex. But I'm not no. No, I'm thinking of the email we got like a week or two ago from someone that says essentially like I'm trying so hard to meet my wife's needs and do
Mhm.
everything I can but I'm always worried that like one little thing is going to put her off, which then means it's going to reset things. And then the next week I have to try to make things good again.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying, I'm not certainly not saying all women are like that, but I definitely think like, um, what you're saying, you are right. Like sometimes we can say things or something. We as men would be, all right, let's move on. We're ready to go. And oftentimes women are like not going to forget about that for a week
Right.
or 2 weeks or a
That's
month
true.
or, what have you.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, forgiveness. Forgiveness is key in marriage.
Yeah, we're all going to make mistakes and say maybe do or say things we
Yeah.
shouldn't. And like we always talk about, you need to show some grace to each other and recognize that your husband's not perfect, your wife's not perfect. You're going to make mistakes, you're going to have disagreements, you're going to have arguments, but
Hmm.
at the end of the day, do you really care about each other and love each other? And
Right. The next one is quality time doesn't have to be elaborate. I don't think that like when a wife says, "Oh, my love language is quality time," or "We need more quality time." I think men are just like, "Oh my gosh, like it's gonna be hours." Like a walk for 10 minutes outside, just putting your phone down. I don't think husbands realize how much like a meaningful eye to eye, no distractions. I'm into you. I'm into this conversation. I want quality time with you. I want to be with you. I want to spend time with you, not just because I want sex, but because I love you. We can feel that. It's really important.
yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And I think sometimes even 10 minutes of quality time together can be enough. I mean, it's just showing that I think the whole quality time thing is just showing that your spouse that they're priority,
Right.
right?
Right.
I mean, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever,
Right.
um, that's really what it comes down to is, yeah, I care about you enough that I'm gonna focus my attention on you for this period of
Hmm.
time.
Yep. And feeling appreciated goes both ways. Recognition for parenting, work, daily contributions. This obviously husbands is going to be on your list next week too. But just feeling appreciated. I think moms, mothers, same thing. Wives. I feel like women do a lot and they just like I said, they don't necessarily, I feel like, need to feel like the mental load is always taken off them because there's a lot of things that I'm like, no, I'm just going to deal with. I'm going to take that on. I'm the nurturer. I'm the woman. I clean better. There's things that I do better than Nick would do, and that's fine.
No,
Just
there
wanting to
are.
feel appreciated. And just like he has things that he does better at, he just wants to feel appreciated.
I
So,
think you hit it right on. And I think this is where the frustration maybe where wives get overwhelmed with the mental
mhm,
load. I don't think it's necessarily an issue of having too much on their plate. I think it's more of probably not feeling appreciated.
probably,
I think if
just
a wife had a lot on her plate, but she had a husband that was like, "Oh my heck, you do so much for the family. I can't begin to thank you. I know
totally
you're always carrying this weight." Like if a husband was constantly expressing gratitude for his wife for doing those things, a wife would be able to carry all that and more and probably feel appreciated. I
agreed.
don't think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think for most women, the mental load or feeling the mental load is because they don't feel appreciation for all the things that they're doing for their husband. And kind of going back to what I was saying, just the simple things like saying thank you or how much you appreciate what your spouse does going both ways. I think that would eliminate a lot of the feelings of having that mental load or feeling like things aren't fair in marriage. Like those simple things of doing that, I think would help resolve so much contention where a spouse is no longer looking at, well, are things equal or why am I carrying so much of the weight or the
Mhm.
mental load? Like just doing those simple things, expressing gratitude, appreciation, and asking how you can, help and be better. I mean, I really think that's what it comes down to.
Oh, I totally agree with you. These were the 10 things wives often wish their husbands do. I'm going to add another one. I'm going to add 11 is because I've heard this from a lot of women. I'm just going to add this to it. Um, that they wish their husband would make them feel like beautiful and that they were the only person that their husband wants. And I hear from a lot of women that are heartbroken because of pornography, because their husband's scrolling and looking at beautiful people all day long. And that's just like, they always feel like they're not enough. So I think that just like, helping your wife to feel like she's your person, you're in love with her, you think she's beautiful, just the way she is. I think that would mean the world to women and to the wives. I think I feel heartbroken for the comments and like messages I get where women are like, my husband's like, I'm with him in public and he's checking other people out or at church or just like, and I've seen like it's so obvious when a guy is doing that, and that's heartbreaking to a wife. So hats off to all you husbands out there that make your wife feel like she's the only woman in your world. And I just wanted to add that because I get so many messages about that, and that's heartbreaking. So I think that's really important to do. Like everyone's attracted to other people, but it's what you do with it. Like when you're white, it's a way that you have loyalty in your heart and mind when you're not with your wife and when you're with your wife. And I think lust is killing relationships and marriages and breaking commitments. And yeah, it's sad to me. So, anyways, I wanted to add that because I think that the husbands that do a good job at that, hats off to you. You're awesome.
Yeah, oh, I think that's
And
great.
Nick's really great at that. And my daughters worry about that too in life. Like there's just so much out there to see and visual and just we gotta be loyal in heart and mind.
Well, it's it is amazing. Like just that's where everything's headed is just with social media and
And
pornography and
movies,
everything, movies, like it's
shows.
so in your face. And I think that really is like the cancer that's really going to try to break up marriages and
Agreed.
impacts men obviously more than women, but
It impacts both
oh
people.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
People,
what
yeah,
yeah, what I meant is like maybe more
entices maybe.
entices men than women. Yeah, exactly. And so yeah. Oh, it's crazy. We get so many messages every single day from couples going through this and it truly breaks our hearts. And again, that's one of the reasons we're doing what we're doing and trying to help couples have better marriages. And if you have been through things like that, know that there is hope that you can overcome things and get your marriage back. I'm not saying it's going to be a short road, but we've seen a lot of couples overcome things and have a wonderful marriages.
Yep. So yeah, so it's the list.
Well, like I
Thoughts?
said, we'll dive into the men after we have Austin on Friday. We'll dive into the men next week and talk about these same things as well.
Different things, but
Or
technically,
yeah,
yeah.
talk about the same subject, excuse me, as
If there's
well.
something that's really big that you're like, I wish my wife knew this, go ahead and email us this week because you've got time the next few days before we record that one. If you want to add something really important to the
Yeah,
list
I think that's great.
that you feel like a lot of men like really wish their wives knew that, right? So
Yeah, we love getting feedback and hearing from you. We love getting all the emails. Amy and I answer those personally,
Nick
me
mostly.
most of the time. But if you have something for Amy as well, just say, hey, we want Amy to hear this. But appreciate all of you listening to the podcast. Please consider leaving us a review if you feel comfortable doing so.
Go support us by shopping for something awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And holler if you have any questions. We're here to help. So,
Shop.ultimateintimacy.com. It's the season of fireworks. Make some fireworks in your marriage,
oh yeah.
emotionally or physically.
What
We've
if
got so many great products, guys. Like if you don't have the all-in-one lubricant, cream, massage cream, dude, that stuff, like every nightstand, the V-ring that pairs with it should be on every nightstand. It'll change your marriage, especially if you're in menopause, perimenopause, can't enjoy it the whole time. I know that we always rave about it in every episode, but it's literally that great.
our state just banned fireworks? Are those type of fireworks banned too? Or can we still have those
You're
type
gonna
of
have to
fireworks in
make,
our
if
marriage?
you live in our state, then you're gonna have to make your own
That's
fireworks.
right.
So, anyways, shop.ultimateintimacy.com if you want to support our podcast and what we're doing. And
Yeah, we
yeah,
appreciate all of you out there that listen. And until next time.